There's the snap and the kneel down, and one more of those. Oh, we have a timeout.
Pittsburgh uses their last.
Third charge timeout. Pittsburgh, 30-second timeout.
Greg, I just want to do something right now. I want to compliment Ben Roethlisberger. Playing hurt, taking a beating, the way he competed to the very end of this ball game.
Very little practice this week.
None whatsoever in terms of throwing the ball hard, and the way he came out and played. Now, congratulations to Ben individually. As a collective group, how can you praise the Jaguars enough for how physical they were today, Greg, and the way they came in and dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides?
Now, Tennessee beat Kansas City today. Jacksonville, clinching a playoff spot, will have to wait.
Did Miami win today? They're tied up. They're going to overtime.
Meanwhile, that's going to wrap things up here at Heinz Field. What an impressive performance by the Jacksonville Jaguars. They jumped to the lead. They saw Pittsburgh come back to tie them, and they came right back and scored the winning touchdown. They win it 29-22. Up next, the Subway postgame show for Dan Dierdorf, for all of us at CBS Sports. Greg Gumbel saying, so long from Pittsburgh. This is the NFL on CBS to James Brown in New York. JB.
All right, Greg, we're going to now take you to the contest between Baltimore and Miami. They are in overtime, all knotted at 16. Kevin Harlan and Rich Gannon.
It's a gain of 4 down to the 34-yard line. We welcome you all to Miami, Florida, where Baltimore jumped off to a 13-3 lead. Miami then took a lead, and then Baltimore with rookie Heisman Trophy quarterback out of Ohio State, Troy Smith, led him downfield. A game-tying field goal by Stover. The coin flip goes to Baltimore. Losers of 7 consecutive games. Third down and 4. And a huge hole. Mike Anderson, the former Bronco and NFL Rookie of the Year, plows his way to the 25. And he was brought down on the play by Pope. It's a gain of 9. And the best plays on this drive, Rich, have been on the ground for Baltimore.
And you see they do a nice job with Ron McClain, the fullback. They're making people move. They're getting hats on people. And Mike Anderson comes in and does a nice job following forward.
The starting quarterback, Kyle Bowler, out with a mild concussion. Ray Lewis has broken his hand. He's out on defense. 7th play of the drive, first down and 10. And McGahee back in. And he carves his way in the grasp of Keith Traylor. It is a gain of a yard to the 24.
You know, I go back to Baltimore's game against New England, the Monday night meltdown at the very end, where New England scored and Bart Scott threw the official's flag. They lost their poise at the end at a critical time. Today, they fall behind, they hang in there, they battle back, they lose the quarterback. Troy Smith comes in and does a nice job, but they've kept their poise.
Second down and 9. Willis McGahee brought down by Jason Taylor, the author of a couple of sacks today and a blocked field goal. It's a loss of 3, and he shoved him back to the 27-yard line.
You just know how important this game is to Jason Taylor. But I'll tell you what, there's been a number of times today where they haven't even blocked him. They haven't gotten a body on him, and you just can't let a player as athletic as Jason Taylor free in your backfield.
Bruce Smith is coming to take the place of McGahee. It is third down and 12. Bruce Smith with the teeth of that Miami defense and brought down after a major gain of a yard to the 26-yard line. And here comes Matt Stover. He has 5 game-winning field goals in overtime in his career. 5 for 5. Remember now, Stover had one block earlier today. I just mentioned that Jason Taylor got him back in the first half, right before halftime.
He's one of the most accurate kickers.
It's a 44-yarder to win the game. Timeout taken by Miami.
You just knew that was coming. I don't think Cam wanted it that early. You can see him. But have jumped the gun there with the timeout.
Well, Rich, the rookie quarterback, Troy Smith, has done it again. 2 consecutive drives. He's taken his team downfield, not for touchdowns, but into field goal range. One to tie the game and perhaps here to win the game.
And this is how you win over your teammates. We talked about this earlier today. When you're young, when you're inexperienced, you come into a game like this and you're behind and you find a way to make good decisions. and you find a way to convert third downs. That's how you win over your teammates with a performance like Troy Smith put on today.
Miami thought they had this game. They went up by 3, and then the defense, with Baltimore not having a single timeout, just shredded them downfield and got deep into Miami territory and settled for 3. Here is a 44-yard field goal to win it.
Remember, Jason Taylor blocked one earlier.
High snap by Katula. This kick is no good.
Well, with that missed field goal attempt by Matt Stover, attempt to win it in OT. We will keep you updated on this contest between Baltimore and Miami. The Dolphins looking for their first victory. We will keep you updated. Bring it back here to New York for more on the Subway postgame show after this message from your local station.
Dan Scott is a real Geico customer, not an actor. So to help tell his story, we hired someone who interviews actors.
It was the weekend, and I had questions about my policy.
You had questions? How existential.
I called Geico. They were so helpful and gracious.
I've heard they were also quite beneficent and magnanimous.
It was refreshing to talk to an actual human being.
Human beings behaving humanly. Brilliant.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
And now, here's the Geico play of the day. In the fourth quarter against St. Louis, Green Bay's Brett Favre completed this 7-yard pass to Donald Driver and became the all-time NFL leader for career passing yardage. Favre surpassed the mark of 61,361 yards set by Miami's Dan Marino. Brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Look, there's a moose, give me a noose. I'm lost again. Where's Highway 10? This is a good, bad neighborhood with a fiery. He's got no teeth. Ding dong. I miss my turn. I'm gonna burn. What's gonna freak? Future is bleak. Nothing looks right. It's really bite. Where's Highway 10? There's a moose again. Give a garden. Give a garden. Scream, clear it wide. Whole world inside. Garvin.com.
From Pulitzer Prize winner Larry McMurtry, Comanche Moon premieres January 13th.
This is the story of Santa's other little helper. What is up, Chad?
Santa.
I need your help. Everyone wants a new phone.
I have just a thing, Santa. How about free razors?
Oh, I know a lot of good boys and girls who will be getting these, and 4 who won't.
Who do you think he's talking about? Some dorks.
Hurry in for our best deals ever. Buy one razor for just $9.99 and get one free, only from Alto.
Since 1947, TV has gone from this to this. Light has developed from this to this. And Grand Furniture has grown from a small store in downtown Norfolk to one of Virginia's most respected furniture retailers. Right now, we're commemorating 60 grand years with our Diamond Anniversary celebration. It's your chance to take advantage of store-wide savings, special financing that makes it affordable, and a chance to win a truly grand anniversary gift. Don't miss the Diamond Anniversary sale going on now at Grand Furniture.
The Miami Dolphins have picked up their first victory of the season. A dramatic touchdown. Let's go out to the announcers and get the particulars. Kevin Harlan and Rich Gannon.
On the quick slant in overtime, this touchdown catch and run of 64 yards by Camarillo. As the Dolphins authored their longest play from scrimmage this year and record their first win of the season.
Well, I'll tell you, that is great to see. They haven't had a chance to smile, to laugh, to enjoy each other all season. It's never ended quite the way they drew it up, but today it does for Cam Cameron and the Dolphins. Just a great throw. Look at the protection, good anticipation, and he gets Camarillo on the upfield number and gets into the transition of the run. Cleo Lemon did a nice job today under some tough circumstances. Wow, what a finish.
The first touchdown reception of Greg Camarillo's career is a game winner in Miami today.
Wayne Huizenga. He's not excited. Bart Scott can't believe it. Look at that. He's got tears in his eyes. At least it looks that way. I would.
You're right.
Wow. What an emotional win for Mr. Huizenga, this organization. People have no idea how difficult a season it's been for Miami. You see Cam Cameron. They believed in each other. They stuck together. They hung in there during a difficult period, and it finally paid off today.
Matt Stover had missed a 44-yard overtime field goal. And Miami got it back. Wayne Huizenga, who came out in the press to say today and yesterday in the Miami Herald that this team is being looked at by some possible buyers. He may sell the team. But a win like this can change a man's heart.
You ain't kidding. Wow.
The Baltimore Ravens lose their 8th consecutive game. What elation in South Florida today. Coming up next, the Subway postgame show. For Rich Gannon, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Miami. Been watching the NFL on CBS.
Hey, tell me something. There's a delicious Subway food montage going on right behind me, isn't there? Yep, I can smell it. Well, that's going to make it kind of hard to focus, but here we go. An ode to the Subway feast. Turkey, salami, cheese with roast beef, pepperoni and ham. Write this down, Chief. We got them all on freshly baked bread. The Subway feast. It's as big as my head. Beat that, Jared. Subway, eat fresh.
Let's say you need to get your car insured. You want to shop around so you can make a smart decision, but you want to do it fast. That's why you've got to go to Progressive.com. You can get the Progressive direct rate and the rates of other top companies. So you could save a lot of money. And it only takes about 8 minutes.
Saving hundreds is just the beginning. Start saving today at Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Click or call today.
This holiday, don't just buy stuff, do stuff. Like spread some joy. Looking for the perfect last-minute gift? Just hurry into your neighborhood Radio Shack where you're sure to find great deals on the best gifts ever. Radio Shack. Do stuff.
Who put you in there?
His name is Dexter Morgan. I found out that he's a Bay Harbor butcher.
Butcher. Could have had it all, Dexter.
Dexter, the season finale, tonight at 9, only on Showtime. Right after the final episode, go to show.com and join the cast and crew of Dexter for a special in-depth look at the stunning conclusion, only at sho.com. The Survivor season finale's on tonight.
Oh my God!
4 castaways remain. The Lunch Lady.
Now it's going to be a tough fight.
The Long Shot.
I've always sort of slipped through the cracks to get to the top.
The Schemer.
Throughout this game, I feel like I am the only one playing.
And the Chameleon.
I've been one of the most honest players here.
3 tribal councils, 2 full hours, 1 ultimate survivor.
It's going to get interesting.
Who will it be? Don't miss the Survivor season finale, followed by the live reunion show CBS tonight.
You're watching the NFL on CBS. The Subway postgame show is sponsored by Subway Restaurants. It's where to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
And welcome back to our New York studios and the Subway postgame show. I'm James Brown. A reminder that coming up next, it'll be the CBS Sports Spectacular Deer Valley Celebrity Ski Fest. U.S. skiing legends Steve Mayer and Tommy Moe join a cast of celebrities on the slopes of Deer Valley. Then tonight on CBS, it's another edition of 60 Minutes. Hear what Alex Rodriguez has to say about the new steroid scandal. Then see the final vote that will make one survivor a millionaire in the series finale of Survivor China. That'll be followed by the live reunion. It's all tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. As always, I'm joined by my colleagues Dan Marino, Coach Bill Cowher, Shannon, Sharpe, and Boomer Esiason. We will get you caught up on all that has taken place, starting first with Miami coming away with its first win of the season, upending Baltimore in overtime. It was Matt Stover for Baltimore who had a chance to win it on his 44-yarder. He had never missed an overtime field goal in his career with 5 of 5. That gave Miami life, and boy, did they take advantage of it.
And Cleo Lemon, time to throw. Nice pass over the middle. Greg Camarillo, he goes untouched. 64 yards for a touchdown to win in overtime, and the pressure of going winless is off the back of the Miami Dolphins.
22-16, Miami wins it in overtime. And Cleo Lemon standing by, chatting with our Kevin Harlan and Rich Gannon after the game, talking about that Miami victory.
Hey, Cleo, how does it feel to finally get the monkey off your back?
Man, it's a great win, man. You know, emotional win. Guys fought hard, you know, came back from a deficit, you know, went ahead in the fourth quarter. You know, those guys did a great job of driving the last drive of the game to tie it up. And, you know, went into overtime, you know, and those guys did another great job of driving the ball. And, you know, and they missed a field goal, and they gave us a real emotional boost. And guys responded, and Coach Cam called a number, and, you know, we got it to Camarillo. He ran a great route, and, you know, the rest is history.
Hey, congratulations. You go in that locker room and enjoy your teammates.
Thanks, Rich.
All right, so Miami comes away victorious. And keep in mind now, Miami has 6 losses this season by 3 points or fewer. But, boy, it's got to be just a tremendous relief, Boomer.
Did you see Mr. Heising out there? He's crying. I mean, I'll tell you what, people don't understand the pressure of what it's like to go undefeated, I mean, winless in an NFL season. I think Rich Gannon caught it perfectly.
You know, when I'm looking at this ball game, the Baltimore Ravens have the ball, 4th and goal at the inch line. Why not go for it? It's not like you're going to the playoffs. It's not like you're trying for home field advantage. Get the ball in the end zone. You're 3-10. So what? Does it matter if you're 3-11? Go for it.
Well, I mean, I think at the time, I think there was probably would have been a good call. But, I mean, I think when you look at this, you look at Baltimore, maybe the future's Troy Smith. I think when you look at all the quarterbacks that we've seen this year, if I'm Baltimore, I'm thinking Troy Smith may be my future. And congratulations to the Miami Dolphins, because I tell you what, everything they've been through, these guys are playing hard week in and week out, noted by all the 3-point losses. But congratulations to get off the schneid.
And I think the key is, you know, they turned it over a lot this year, and they didn't turn it over in this game. I think that's a factor in this win. And Cleo Lemon played solid the whole day.
Troy Smith did look pretty impressive down the stretch. Indeed, the young quarterback with no timeouts getting it done. All right, Indianapolis, first possession after 3 and out by Oakland. T.J. Rushing takes his punt return. How far? 90 yards to pay dirt. Indianapolis striking first, and they go on top by the score of 10-0 over the Raiders. Indianapolis looking to wrap up the AFC South.
LT, 6-yard TD run doing the flip. They got a chance to go to move into 3rd place in the AFC playoff hunt. Good, appreciate it, Dan.
And so San Diego getting it done right now. The early strike there with the score of 7-0.
Here we go.
All right, folks, let's take you through the rest of the scores around the league. Boom, Jets and Patriots.
Yeah, certainly weather was an issue all across the Northeast today, as we found out today. As right here, Richard Seymour hits Kellen Clemens. That's going to be the last play of the day for him because he's hurt. But that's a touchdown. In comes Brad Smith as the quarterback. Little pitch right here. Leon Washington down the sideline. Little razzle-dazzle on behalf of the Jets, who actually really came to play today, guys. You got to give a lot of credit to the Jets defense. Hansen can't hold on to the punt. It's blocked. Bones is going to pick it up, run it back for a touchdown. Nasty weather, rain, sleet, wind, you name it, it was there. Now it's the Jets' turn to get their punt blocked. Kelly Washington for the New England Patriots, who puts the ball on the 2-yard line. Lawrence Maroney's going to take it in for the offense of the New England Patriots. Tom Brady had his worst day as a pro this year, 14 of 27, 140 yards. Here's an interception right here. Chad Pennington picked over, played pretty good, 25 of 38, 186 yards. Right here, you can watch Tom Brady step up. He's going to find Randy Moss down the sideline. There was a flag thrown in this play. There was interference on the New York Jets. And then here comes the handshake between Bill Belichick
with a smile, Boomer,
and Eric Mangini. And he actually said great game to each other. So it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. 20-10. Elements certainly played a huge factor in this game.
Patriots now have home field throughout the playoffs. By the way, the Jets had 4 trips to the red zone and came away with only 1 field goal as you take a look at this one. Coach, I know you said pre-game that this will give you some idea of how the Patriots will play postseason?
Well, I mean, I think you look at this game in New England, I'll tell you, the Jets were in this game.
Yeah.
And I was not, I mean, I think you look at this offense, it was not as potent as we've seen throughout the rest of this season. So I think a lot of people are going to look at this game. You talk about game plan, look at what some of the Jets did defensively. I saw a lot of free hits on the quarterback in this game.
I agree with you, Coach, because now you're looking at a team that could possibly have to go to New England. You're like, if you get a bad weather game, you can run the football. They're not going to take the chances. They were trying to nickel them down the football field. They took one shot over the top to Randy Moss. They got the pass interference. Randy came down with the catch. But now you have to have hope if you're a team and you can get this kind of weather going into New England.
You know, I actually thought early in the game Tom Brady was looking for Randy Moss way too much. He had Wes Welker and he had Dante Stallworth open a couple times. He didn't throw it to him. It's like he was forcing the issue to Randy Moss. But also give credit to the Jet defense. You know, they played their butts off today, and they put pressure on Tom Brady, as you said. But I still say 19-0 Super Bowl winners coming out of New England.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter remains that, you know, Tom Brady didn't play a great game. They didn't play as well as they should. New England Patriots, they still won, and that's the thing. They're still undefeated. But Indianapolis Colts and another team, Jacksonville, can run the football. One of these teams can go in there and beat them.
Yes. Two teams that were hoping to secure playoff spots today, Jacksonville and the Steelers. Coach!
And another place where the weather definitely played a factor was in Pittsburgh. You can see the conditions right here with the wind and the snow. Ben Roethlisberger, he finds Heath Miller on this tip ball for 18 yards. And Ben was sacked 5 times on the day, but David Gerard, who had 3 touchdown passes on the day to 3 different receivers, this one to Ernest Wilford, a 12-yard touchdown pass. The second one, you find Reggie Williams, and on the third one, on this rod, his boot, he's going to go deep. You're going to see right here Anthony Smith once again victimizing the deep pass. He's not going to be there to make the play. 55 yards right there. He gets beat 22-7. 2 missed field goals, 2 missed extra points keeps Pittsburgh in the game. Hinesworth scores on this 11-yard touchdown. They'll get the 2-point. He'll get it back within the score. Then you're going to see this deep pass, and this pass was his 29th completion of the year, which breaks the team record for Ben Roethlisberger. The 2-point play right here was to Santonio Holmes, but the story of the day is Fred Taylor, 147 yards, and if this guy doesn't go to the Pro Bowl, it's a travesty. Jacksonville ran for over 224 yards on the day.
Tennessee's victory prevented Jacksonville from clinching a playoff berth, but they're inching closer there. After the game, there was a winning coach, Jack Del Rio, talking with our guys.
Hey. Way to go. Way to go. Now, when we go through that tunnel at about 5:30, we go through that tunnel about 5:30 now. Now, know how sweet it is, man. Hey. Hey, one thing I know. I just got done watching a bunch of grown men come out here and compete. Hey, but there's one man in particular I got to give this ball to. We rode him to the end.
I got one thing to say, man. Let's keep eating, baby.
Talk about keeping on eating. Well, Jacksonville with a record of 10-4, again, as I mentioned, inching closer to a playoff spot, knocking off Pittsburgh that was undefeated at home this season.
Jay, we talked about this earlier. With a Pittsburgh loss, now they got a short week. They got to go on the road to St. Louis, play a Thursday night game. Cleveland won. San Diego wins. Theoretically, realistically, Pittsburgh could go from the 3rd seed and by the end of, in 2 weeks, be all the way to the 6th seed. And that's what happened. Jacksonville came to play today, Coach. Give them credit.
No, they didn't. And I'll tell you, if Pittsburgh gets a win, they win the division. Right. They may go to the 4th seed. And guess who they will play in the first round of playoffs in 3 weeks? Jacksonville back at Heinz Field. So I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting to see.
You mentioned the highlights, Fred Taylor, and the way they're physically at the line of scrimmage, offensive side, defensive side of the ball, they're putting pressure on Ben Roethlisberger the whole day. I mean, he got sacked a number of times, had to move out of the pocket, so that's a team that could beat anybody in the AFC.
The elements were present in the game between Buffalo at Cleveland, a hard-fought affair. We will get you caught up on that. We'll tell you who did what when we come back here for the Subway postgame show after this.
One for the money, two for the show.
that call. In fact, it wasn't even close. But don't worry, I'll penalize the other team for no good reason in the second half to even things up.
One fresh football moment deserves another. Well, 3 actually. Any Sunday, get a free foot-long sub when you buy 2 with a Subway Sunday Tailgate Special. Subway, eat fresh.
Where's Shopping Mall? There's Shopping Mall. Things that are small, box, big and tall. Where's Chinese food? There's Chinese food. Spicy chicken wing, chicken almond tea. Ding dong. Traffic's a mess, there's no distress. Find a new way with no delay. Blue tube is on, call the salon. Need a waxing now, got a unibrow. Give a garment. Give a garment. Screen clear and white, whole world inside. Garment.com, garment.com.
Now you see me? Now you don't. Now you see me? Now you don't. What you are seeing is how much farther, wider, and better you'll see with Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania. Because the next time you see me, I may not be alone. See farther, see wider, see better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Introducing the D64 series, the slimmest, lightest aquas ever. From the leading innovator in liquid crystal television, Sharpe.
Hi, what's up? Tony Gonzalez. I guess I'm on. I don't know if mine's that good. Gonna soak down some pancakes and bacon and some eggs. I enjoy just kind of laying around on the couch, not doing much. So really never driven past Gary, Indiana. Next thing you know, I'm on my back. My grandfather was the president. He was overthrown by a coup.
The Subway Postgame Show is sponsored by Subway Restaurants. It's where to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
And welcome back to our New York studios and the Subway Postgame Show. A reminder that we'll be back next Sunday with a big Week 16 doubleheader of NFL action. Among the early games, the Texans will challenge the Colts, while the Browns will take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Among our second games, the Dolphins face the Patriots, and the Jets will visit the Tennessee Titans, and it all starts next Sunday at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. And for the latest news and updates on all of the day's top games, watch the Subway Postgame Show. It's online tonight exclusively at CBSSports.com. As we continue to roll through the scores, Bills at the Browns. Shannon.
Romeo Crennel bundled up. Dick Geron bundled up, but they weren't the stories today. The story was Jamal Lewis, 33 carries, 163. Derek Anderson looking for Braylon Edwards. He carried this football to Joe Bishop. 25 yards would lead to a field goal, 3-0 Cleveland. Brian Mormon has this ball, sails over his head. He kicks it out of the back of the end zone. Safety, 5-0 Cleveland. Derek Anderson. Oh, Braylon Edwards, great catch. Huge courage in your field goal kicker to even attempt a 49-yard field goal in this condition. But he rewards Romeo Crennel in his confidence. 8-0 Cleveland. Buffalo, now you need a score and a 2-point conversion. And here they come, Trent Edwards, Lee Evans. And it comes down to this, 4th down, screen play. Nope, Cleveland surrounds him. They turn him over on down, and Cleveland, and Cleveland, and Cleveland. 2 grand slam home runs, and they win 8-0. Cleveland over Buffalo.
Buffalo Bills eliminated from the playoff hunt with that loss to Cleveland. Cleveland, by the way, continues to inch its way closer to the playoffs.
You know, I'll tell you what a bad call by Buffalo there at the end of the game. I mean, you can't throw a screen when you got, 4th and 5 on the 10-yard line? You got to throw it in the end zone. You got no timeouts left. You can't do any of that stuff. But the story here is the Cleveland Browns guys, listen, they're right on the heels of the Pittsburgh Steelers. right? I'll tell you what, it's an exciting team. It's an up-and-coming team. They got a young quarterback, wide receivers that are exciting. What do you think? You're pretty excited about that.
Pittsburgh goes on the road. Short week, coach.
You're right. They could be playing for first place Cleveland next week when they travel to Cincinnati.
AFC North. Cleveland. Who would have thunk it?
And Shannon, all right, Dan, Titans and Chiefs.
And Tennessee, they still have a chance for the playoffs, and they have to keep hope alive here today. Vince Young sees Roydell Williams. He cuts to the outside, goes in for a touchdown, put Tennessee up 7-0. Then Brody Croyle drops back. Sammy Parker in the flat. Cuts back inside. He goes for a touchdown. Brody Croyle was 25 for 43, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions. This right here is going in. Kansas City going in for a touchdown, and Vince Young, he pump fakes, goes outside, goes deep to Roydell Williams for the touchdown. Then Brody Croyle drops back. Time to throw, and it's intercepted Tennessee. It's returned. Tennessee wins this ball game. Kansas City hung in there. They just turned it over way too many times.
That they did, Dan. As a matter of fact, and Jeff Fisher got his 100th regular season win. Tennessee, as Dan indicated, still in a hunt for a wild card spot. They improved to 8-6, Coach.
And I'll tell you what, Tennessee, I mean, Vince Young finally looked a little bit better because he's had some tough days, but I think still this team is a scary team to want to play. They're hanging on right now. They're going to need some help in the next 2 weeks, whether it be with Cleveland at this point and Pittsburgh. I mean, because those are the teams that are ahead of them right now.
Right. I agree with you, and that's what gets teams in trouble when you go on the road. It's turning the football over. He took care of the football today, not like he did last week where he turned it over and let San Diego get back in the ball game, guys. He took care of the football today, threw some great passes. They won the ball game. They're still in the hunt.
All right, Tampa Bay clinched the NFC South in convincing fashion, Boomer.
Well, there's Emmett Thomas. He's the interim head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Same result, though. Rondé Barber picks off Chris Redman. He's going to go back down 29 yards, 7-0.
Look like they got interim players, too.
They do. That's what they need. I'll tell you what. How about this? For the first time in franchise history, Michael Spurlock is going to do something that they've never had done before.
What's that, Boomer?
Oh, he's going to take back a kickoff return for a touchdown. He's going to go back 90 yards. Tampa Bay is going to start the route right here, 14-3, and the route is on. How about Ernest Graham? He's going to go over 1 yard out. They got their quarterback back, Jeff Garcia. He's back in there now. Little play action fake right here, and then Anthony Beck leaks out late. Touchdown, 37-3. Buccaneers are really, I mean, they're playing well. Defense is good. They came a nice bounce back win, I think, off of last week's loss to Houston. Especially impressive because of their quarterbacks now back in the lineup.
What do you think about that timeout that Emmett Thomas called through the challenge flag to see if this was the first time in the history of Tampa Bay's organization they ran a kickoff back? He used the timeout for that. Yes, he did.
Well,
the man ran a kickoff down the middle of the field.
He thought the guy stepped out of bounds.
The guy was in the middle of the field.
He's in the middle of the field. He's on the sideline.
And how many kick returns? 1,865. The Saints still alive. We'll show you how after this.
Looks like we got a problem.
I got a problem. What kind of?
I need to get a gift for my brother-in-law. And I got a whole lot of nothing. Nada. Zip.
Everybody loves these?
Best Buy gift card. Genius. Nice job. Back to work.
Wait. You're going to bring that back, right?
This holiday, give the gifts no one can resist.
Like Best Buy gift cards with cool designs to fit anyone on your list. That's wow guaranteed. Only at Best Buy.
Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. While the merry bells keep ringing. Happy holiday to you. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday.
When you have a family, it's always a good time to buy.
It's a great move-up market.
In this market, there's a lot of options.
The interest rates are low.
It didn't make sense for us to spend the same amount of money renting something when we could own it.
Working with a realtor took all the guesswork out.
This is the best market in years in terms of choice.
Interest rates are at historic lows. Home choices have increased, and prices are favorable. Every market's different. Call a realtor today.
If we didn't buy now, we would have missed the opportunity on this home.
Yeah.
Christmas Day. Our son was leaving the next morning for the Caribbean. Then we remembered his passports in the safe deposit box. I had no choice. I called my Wachovia banker at home. Bonnie and her team spent their holiday on it. Early the next morning, they opened the vault. Just for me.
At Wachovia, we're absolutely obsessed with satisfying our customers.
My son made his flight. I'm with Wachovia.
Monday.
We gotta get out! Let's go!
A crime scene in flames.
It's a recording device.
A murder caught on tape.
So why was our girl bugged?
And from the ashes,
he's hiding something. That's his job, Lieutenant.
A new kind of killer will rise.
She was pregnant.
It's this monster.
A new CSI Miami, CBS Monday.
The Subway Postgame Show is sponsored by Subway Restaurants. It's where to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
And welcome back to Studio 43 and the Subway Postgame Show. This Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, LG Action Sports World Championships. The best on earth come together in Big D for one final showdown to separate the men from the legends. After that, the road to the Final Four, a tribute to Pat O'Brien, rolls on at 2 Eastern with an NCAA college basketball doubleheader. Number 8 UCLA takes on Michigan. That'll be followed by a rematch of last season's national championship game as Florida visits Ohio State. All right, rolling on with the NFL scores. Cards and Saints coach.
Well, New Orleans kept their slim playoff hopes alive, but Kurt Warner, I tell you, started off hot in this game, threw 3 touchdown passes, finds Troy Benjamin there in the 1-yard touchdown run. They drew Brees. He's going to fake this play action and find Marquise Colston for 19 yards. Marquise Colston, 8 catches, 114 yards on the day. And Aaron Stecker, he has this 1-yard touchdown run. That puts him up 14-7. Kurt Warner with his second of the third touchdown pass to Larry Fitzgerald in the back of the end zone for 18 yards. But Drew Brees, 26 of 30 on the day, 315 yards, 2 touchdowns. David Patton right here for 32 yards, only 4 incomplete passes. And Aaron Stecker with his second touchdown run of the day from 5 yards. New Orleans holds on 31-24. And like I said, slim playoff hopes as we watch that Minnesota game very closely tomorrow night.
Playoff pulse is still there for the Saints. As you mentioned, Coach, they are now 3-4 at home. Seahawks and Panthers, Shannon.
JB, Seattle did absolutely nothing. 44 yards rushing total for the game. Matt Moore finds Dante Rosario, 54 yards. But John Casey would miss a field goal. Seattle has to feel good. Here, Matt Hasselbeck hands his football off to Sean Alexander. Julius Pepper stops him. Nothing happening. Oh, Lofa Tutupu turns the ball up a 9-yard loss. But look here, Sean Alexander gets something going. Stripped up the football. Bobby Ingram fumbles it. A 30-yard gain. They still has yet to score any points. John Casey lines up. Kicks this 53-yard field goal, 3-0. I thought this was going to be the final score of the game, JB. But much to my chagrin, Matt Hasselbeck.
Chagrin, you're like a pure
5 body games for 18 yards. Now it's a field goal. Then John Casey tacks on another. I thought this was going to be the final score of the game, 6-3. But D'Angelo Williams said, just be quiet. Let me do my job. 35 yards later, 13-3. Seattle would get a cheap touchdown, 13-10. Carolina.
Seattle, as we know, has already clinched the West, and Mike Holmgren is tied with Joe Gibbs for the most wins by an active coach in that one. Now, again, you know, Seattle has already clinched, as I mentioned, but as a coach, you still want to have your team looking good.
In Seattle right now, I mean, every time they go to the East Coast, I mean, right now, they go to the East Coast, and they have troubles playing.
Unless they're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. But right here, with Tampa Bay winning and with Seattle, now they're going to have a little fight here for 3 and 4 in the seedings in the NFC. So, you know, so much football still to be played. Tonight's game with the Giants and the Washington Redskins going to tell us a lot about the way the seedings are going to be. But I'll tell you what, it's a wild finish in the NFC.
Minnesota, Chicago. But you must remember, Seattle has already beaten Tampa early, the first game of the season.
All right, so Seattle's 5-game win streak is at an end. Packers clinch a first-round bye. Boomer.
Well, there, of course, is Brett Favre, and here comes Ryan Grant with a nice late-season pickup. He's been touchdown. How about this play by Torrey Holt and a throw by Mark Folger right there. Touchdown, Torrey Holt, 4-yard touchdown reception. 7-7. Back comes Brett Favre. Watch how he slides up in the pocket, youngsters. And he keeps it alive, finds Donald Lee in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Here comes Steven Jackson. How great is Steven Jackson? If this guy can put a whole season together healthy, he's one of the best running backs in football, and you can see why right there. Now comes Mark Folger. He's going to sit in the end zone and watch this throw to Isaac Bruce. Why is this important? Because this puts Isaac number 4 all-time on the reception list. A great throw and great catch. Brett Favre, he's going to throw it to a wide-open Greg Jennings. Where is the defense? What is Jim Haslett doing there?
Shannon, you could have threw that one.
Yeah, I definitely could have caught that one. I don't know about throwing it, Dan.
And here comes an all-important completion right here. This is the Donald driver. Why? Because Brett Favre now passes our own Dan Marino for most passing yards all time in the NFL as he gets the football right there. Congratulations, Brett Favre, as the records keep falling. Their record keeps getting better. 33-14, they win, and they are now number 2 in the NFC.
And again, as we mentioned, clinching a first-round bye as a result.
And Brett Favre, congratulations. All I can say is, what took you so long? What took you so long?
That's right. It took him, what, I think 13 games
Brett.
more to get it done.
Like
anyway,
that,
all right. When we come back, Miami, did they do it? Dan will talk about it next.
It's the show with the questions that have America talking. The Power of 10 returns Wednesday, January 2nd.
I'm Thomas Jones with the Chicago Bears. Parents, you should know that when kids are inactive, they can develop unhealthy habits that last a lifetime. But Virginia has great places for kids to run, jump, walk, and... After all, that's what kids do best.
Cruise in and give blood this holiday season, and you could cruise out a winner from the American Red Cross. Give the gift of life by donating blood from December 17th through December 31st, and you could win a fabulous Caribbean cruise for 2. Plus, all donors will receive a limited edition long sleeve holiday tee. There's no better time to give. Cruise in today and cruise out a winner from the American Red Cross. Donate December 17th through December 31st, and you could be a winner. The American Red Cross. WeNeedBlood.org.
There's a kind of a half town by the Rio Grande. Does this town have a name? It's called Lonesome Dove.
You're two of the best this state's got.
It'd be foolish to disband the Rangers, Governor. Somebody's got to fight the Indians.
We're the fighters, Woodrow. I'm making you co-commanders.
I'd like to go with my captains. I want us to marry when I come back.
If you come back.
Comanche, they're getting on us! Let go, man!
It'll be a terrible fight when it comes. I give them 5 years till the Comanches are finished.
Women don't need to make speeches when they've decided to have a fellow.
The Texas Rangers, we gotta try to save those captives.
Comanche Moon. World premiere CBS Sunday, January 13th.
The Subway Postgame Show is sponsored by Subway Restaurants. It's where to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
And welcome back to Studio 43 and the Subway Postgame Show. A reminder that coming up next, the CBS Sports Spectacular Deer Valley Celebrity Ski Fest. U.S. skiing legend Steve Mayer and Tommy Moe join a cast of celebrities on the slopes of Deer Valley. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes, followed by the series finale of Survivor China, and then it's the live reunion. And of course, we'll be back next Sunday with a big Week 16 doubleheader of NFL action. Among the early games, the Texans challenge the Colts, while the Browns will battle the Bengals. Among our second games, the Dolphins will face the Patriots, and the Jets will take on the Tennessee Titans. And it all starts next Sunday at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. All right, folks, let's take a look at the winning play that propelled Miami to its first victory. Dan?
Yeah, Cleo Lemon, 64-yard pass to Greg Camarillo. He goes down the sideline untouched. Big play, taking that winless season off the back of the Miami Dolphins.
No question about it. You talk about a winless season, you know the pressure was tremendous on that team collectively. Look at the jubilation in the locker room.
First of all, let me just say this. Let's all just take a deep breath.
We let that be out. We've been holding there for a long time. And here's my true feelings. Man, you put in so much hard work, and you deserve it. And you withstood something. You withstood something most men can't do. They can't do it. Most men can't do what you've done. It's been that kind of season, but you'll remember this forever because you hung in there this long. All right, I'm happy for you. We'll take a quick vote. Anybody interested in Victory Monday?
We're going to give a game ball to Coach Camarillo for his first win as the Miami Dolphins head coach. I'm so proud of you guys, man. We could, that game got ugly there right at the end and overtime, man. I love you guys, and you guys kept fighting.
All right, so again, congratulations to the Miami Dolphins for winning their first of the season. Some late finals bring your way. Indianapolis looking to clinch the South with the victory, leading 10-0 over Oakland right now. San Diego will clinch the West with the victory. They lead Detroit by the same score. And the Eagles and Dallas, no score in that one. Dallas clinches a home field already. They have a first-round bye, that is, in the NFC. And now we take a look at the AFC playoff picture. Again, the only thing definitive right now is that New England has home field throughout as a result of that victory. And again, congratulations to New England getting it done. The Jets did play them well. And on the NFC side of the house, first-round byes include Dallas and Green Bay. The South was clinched today by Tampa Bay with that impressive victory over Atlanta. And, of course, Seattle has already clinched the West. No ambiguity there. Boom, I know you've got that thick playoff scenario book, but your final thought.
Well, you know what? It wasn't a pretty game for the New England Patriots today, but they won. And really, we all know how hard it is to win the game of football, no matter how good you are and how good everybody thinks you might be. Just to get the win is the most important thing. Interesting thing now, does he play his players the rest of the year? I think he will.
You hear that beeping?
That's a
Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland.
Right behind
They're telling you to move over. You better not lose a game because they're looking to take that AFC North title from you.
I'll tell you, the two teams I'm going to say is New England and Dallas right now look beatable. Both those teams right now, I think when you go into this tournament, anybody can win it.
And Jacksonville, how they're playing, they can beat anybody. The way they're so physical and can run the football, they're good.
Gracious Dan indeed. All right, folks, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week right here on CBS.
Nick, the guy's a machine.